Knightfall Abbey is one of the best solo silver farms in the game right now, and Blight staff can do them easily and fast. Your set is super cheap and the fame is also excellent. Your build is Blight Staff, Thorn Growth for Q, Bramble Seed for W, your E is Ruthless Nature, and this is why we take Blight Staff. Ruthless Nature is a big heal, yes, but most importantly, it gives you 15% move speed, and this is what lets you get away from gankers easily or even chase people to kill. Combined with the rest of your build, you can combo a very reliable escape, provided you are paying attention. Your helmet is Mage Cowl, cause Fire Breath is more damage, and the more boom boom, the better. Take the damage passive too. Then we take Mage Robe because it has 65% bonus boom boom, and that is very important in today's society, but also the Porsche Shield makes you safer. When you are running away from someone and you pop your Porsche Shield, that will Porsche their boots when they hit you, so that way they cannot outrun you. It is also really good for countering mercenary jackets, which are very in the meta right now. Some people go for Cleric Robe for better PvP, but unless you are going high IP, I do not recommend it. Nature Staff can't really kill somebody in an all-in 1v1 unless you have a gear advantage. Your shoes are Soldier Boots because Wanderlust is one of the most powerful sprints in the game, and we also need Broom Broom to counter the Boom Boom. If you want to fight someone, it is better to take Rejuvenating Sprint because the cooldown is much lower and you can pop it multiple times in a fight. Also, since you are only taking your E for healing, that extra bit of healing from the sprint helps a lot. Take the defensive passive on the boots. Capes are not really necessary for this, but the Tedford cape makes you clear a lot faster, and the Undead cape is great for escaping and PvPing. Now, you know me, there is only one food for this, and that is the catfish. I regenerate HP, Batu! You have almost no sustain with this build because you are focusing on the boom boom, but this will give you the regeneration that you need. You can also take a very high enchantment Pork Omelette if you wanna go expensive because the cooldown reduction is gonna help you heal a lot too. You also need to take at least one invisibility potion, as without an invisibility potion, you actually do not have a reliable escape against the 8.3 gankers. It is time to look for a mist and hop in. By the way, for maximum profit, we are gonna do this in Caerleon. I know, it is a little less convenient than in the other cities, but hey, the loot is the same and you get two very big advantages. First of all, most items are more expensive in Caerleon to begin with, so you will sell them for more money, but most importantly, Caerleon has the black market and you can sell a lot of items for better prices there. Besides, the Brazilian market sucks for selling stuff anyway. On average, selling stuff in Caerleon to both the marketplace and the black market will increase your silver per hour from 10% to 20%. Also, you don't even need to bind a portal to get here. Now, the real money and fame, as you know, is by the Knightfall Abbeys. The problem is that they are very hard to find. Don't worry, just roam around and take what you can until you can find one. Usually, one abbey spawns per mist and there's the occasional 2 abbeys in a mist. But if you do see an entrance and for whatever reason you can't enter it in time, maybe because somebody stole the entrance or because it ran out, just swap to a different mist. Another interesting thing is that rarer mists are usually less populated than a normal mist, so you have a higher chance of finding an abbey. Unless I find an epic or legendary mist, I tend to ignore the camp since the rewards are not really good anymore, fame or silver wise, and the risk of getting killed by an 8.3 double-bladed staff or blood leather that realistically has zero chance of ever dying themselves is pretty big. Look, I don't know if the answer is as simple as saying that we need an IP cap for the mists, but this has become a bigger problem over time, and I am sure that legendary items are only gonna make it worse, and that's why I simply don't do them. I just kill every balloon in the way and I just roam. Who knows, sometimes you find a coffer, sometimes you find a crystal spider. You can easily solo any spiky boss too. Not to mention the chance of finding 2 people fighting and you clean them out both increases drastically when you're roaming. But you didn't come here for that, let's talk about the abbeys. You can find a tier 6, tier 7, or the elusive tier 8 abbeys randomly in the mists. They are full of alleyways with a mob camp surrounding a shrine. Thankfully, they all have a similar layout, so take a look at this. Your goal is to clear as many camps as possible in the most efficient route as possible. Every shrine has a buff or hopefully a chest with big money in it. Also, there are the boss chests. In some of these camps, a spiky boss will spawn in it guarding a chest. They are pretty hard sometimes, trust me, I learned it the hard way, but you can kill them and they have a pretty big loot. There is also a treasure chest that spawns in the middle once per every abbey. This is the real big bucks. Since everybody in the abbey can see them in the map though, they are always heavily contested. But you know, it doesn't hurt to check who is contesting it. Sometimes you get big bucks for free, sometimes you find people you can beat. More on the matchups in a minute. Then there is the coffers. They are the tiny version of the chest and only people near them can see them. They are always worth checking out. Now, contesting chests is kinda tricky because this is usually where the 8.3 boys hang out. As a matter of fact, the whole middle area of the abbey is a lot more dangerous for that very reason, as it has both more chests and better camps, so that is very juicy. But say you did not find an 8.3 boy, that you found a reasonable gear boy. You are not a total sitting duck with this build. Don't get me wrong, you definitely do not have the damage output or the chase potential of other PvP builds, but you have mobility and sustain, and that counters many weapons. If you see a fight coming, by the way, change to rejuvenating sprint and force field on your mage cowl. Your job is to keep your distance as much as possible and just bleed them slowly with Qs and Ws. Of course, that also means that if somebody can breach a distance fast, you are countered easily. For example, the carving sword or the double-bladed staff or the blood leather are a nightmare, and that is also an issue because they are very common builds in the meta right now. But surprisingly, you can beat a lot of casters with this build, all things being equal. Notable exceptions are some types of fire staff and pretty much any curse staff. I am sorry bro, too much damage. The tight alleyways in the Abbey actually work in your favor because they help you land your Q easily. It is just a shame that I suck at it. Well, don't worry, because if you pop your Wanderlust followed immediately by an invisibility potion, you can get away from pretty much anybody. Or you can grid out and die with a million silver on you because you're just that type of guy. Another thing you can do is get a duo and go for the Greater Mists. Blight is a really good 2v2 weapon and you can even swap to full heals before the fight. Of course, Iron Root is better for that, but hey, I am not gonna get two builds to do two very different things. What am I, some sort of tryhard? When you are done, you can journey back for real cheap because it is the red zone. And here is how you sell your crap in Caerleon. Of course, all artifacts, runes, gathering materials, mounts, etc. they cannot be sold in the black market, so they go straight for the marketplace. Now for your normal gear, you just go to the black market and select the quick selling option. Check that price, then click on the item itself and check the estimated market value. If the black market price is higher, you sell it. Otherwise, it goes to the marketplace. I know it takes a little bit of work, I know, but that's an extra 10 to 20% extra money, dude. And if you comment Nature Staff Mists, you are signed up for the giveaway of a brand new Morgana Raven, or join the Discord for the giveaway of this 8.2 bow of Badon worth 3.4 million.